Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Thursday, May 22nd, WNBA and NBA Western Conference Game 2 is what we're going to go through today. So, first of all, the Lynx, obviously, they beat the Wings. Congratulations to the Valkyries, by the way. They get their first win in the WNBA. God, could the Mystics played any worse? Sparks almost pulled off that upset, but they did cover the 5.5. As we were watching that game as well, as we kind of told you, there was a lot of interest in that. I thought the Sparks had a great chance. They almost beat the Mercury on the road. So maybe things looking up for the Sparks overall. And I still can't believe the Mercury won a couple games. Oh well, I guess we'll figure out the hard way. We've got two WNBA games tonight. And then we'll get into the, the NBA Game 2 between the T-Wolves and the Thunder. So let's get you started in these WNBA games. 7:30 Eastern Time and 8 o'clock Eastern Time. First one's Fever Dream. Caitlin Clark and them on the road after that disappointing performance at home where they lost by 1 in a game they were favored by almost double digits. They're 3.5-point favorite here at the Dream. Totals at 173. If you like playing overs, the Fever are not a bad play normally to play over, as the ball moves and there's some scoring going on. 173 is a bunch. That's almost 86.5 a piece. Fever favored by 3.5 here, or they're $1.70-ish favorite on the money line. The Fever are definitely a better team than the Dream overall. I think that's gonna, by the end of the season, as long as teams stay relatively healthy, I think that's going to be shown. Caitlin Clark's had 20 and 27. That 20-pointer was a triple-double. The 27 points, she had another fantastic game with 27 and 11 assists. Leah Boston got some points and rebounds, which she should. She was the number one pick as well. But we like the Fever in this spot, and as many player props. There's not a ton normally in the WNBA, unlike the NBA, but we do like quite a few here, so let's give you all of those. Fever -2 first half, 3.5 for the game. Caitlin Clark, 23-plus points and 30. Here's my thought behind that. Normally, you're going to pay the tax for Clark, and we are here. But I think she's going to have to shoot quite a bit from the outside, as the inside might be clogged with big old Brittany Griner in there as well. So Clark for 23 points, and then a little sprinkle of 30-plus points. Then 4+ threes. Obviously, she hit, 5 the other night. 5 and 6 will sprinkle some on as well. Aaliyah Boston, 10+ rebounds. Brittany Griner, due to the fact of limited minutes probably for her, under 7.5 rebounds. Clark, though, we are going to play under 10.5 assists. Now, she hit 11 in the first one, 10 in the first game. I think she's going to have to shoot a little bit more here, so we're going to play under 10.5 assists. And under 5.5 rebounds was even money. She had a lot of rebounds in Game 1, not so much in Game 2. All right, then we'll get to Game 2 of the slate, and there's not really any player props out for now. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Chicago Sky, New York Liberty. Obviously, it's Brittany Stewart, absolute horse and stud. Angel Reese on the other side, can't really shoot, but she's a rebounding machine. There's no props out yet for rebounds, or let's say Stewart points, or even Ionescu. Ionescu didn't hardly make anything their first game out. And the Liberty are 11.5-point favorites here. Total at 163.5. The question mark playing the over in this one is, can the Sky score any points? Right? So basically, if you figure the Liberty are going to put up 90, right, you're going to need like 75 almost out of the Sky. And that seems like an absolute buttload to go over there. So just to keep an eye out on that one. So we're going to play two things so far. Liberty -6 in the first half and 11.5 for the game. It is a road game. Those games can be a little bit tougher, but the Liberty are miles ahead of the Chicago Sky. I think we just saw the Fever beat them by seems like 600 points. All right, now we will get over to the NBA. And before we get started on the Thunder and the T-Wolves, can we give it up for the Pacers? Oh, my God. Oh, man. I am still laughing at the Knicks fans that after they won the Eastern Conference semifinals to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, people are like acting like they won the NBA championship, and they come out, they've got a 14-point lead with just under 4 to go, almost lost in regulation, end up going to OT and lose it in OT. It couldn't happen to a nicer fan than Stephen A. Smith. That's all I got to say about that one. Stephen A. Smith, you have a ton of knowledge. You are an antagonist on purpose. But, bro, if I have to hear one more time about how good the Knicks are when they're not, they're a good team. They're not a great team. But he makes them seem like it's a shame if they don't win the damn championship. You know what I mean? So I don't get it, but I know there's a lot more people that live in New York probably than the rest of the damn country, it seems like. So obviously there's going to be a lot of Knicks fans, right? The series isn't over, but losing that game 1 was an absolute dagger to the heart to get that series started off with. Once again, Indiana, with some miraculous comeback to win a playoff game. They did it in round 1 against the Bucks. They did it in the second round against the Cavs when they were down with 40 seconds to go. They were down, 9? And they're down 14 with just under 4 to play. And that game was pretty tight. It was back and forth. Knicks would take the lead. Pacers would cut it to 4, get it close to even. They take the other double-digit lead. They get it back to 4. And then all of a sudden, the Knicks put it a little bit of distance between them with, under halfway through that fourth quarter. And instead of a lot of teams, it seems like anymore we're down 14, we can't come back, we'll just go ahead and sit our starters. No, the Pacers are like, we'll play this thing out. And once again, Tom Thibodeau's guys at the end of the game, and if a game goes to OT, look absolutely gassed. Because they play too many minutes. And they you know what happens when you get tired? Shots are short, you don't go to the boards as heavy, and you turn the ball over more. Exactly what they did. They have 14 turnovers, I think, for 27 points off turnovers from the Pacers. The Pacers had 7 turnovers. I mean, your rotation, I don't get it. I really do not get it at all, what they're trying to accomplish there. They'll bring in Mitchell Robinson for a few minutes, Miles McBride, Cameron Payne, they got pissed at, so they don't want to seem to play him anymore. You got to get those guys rest. Now, they got Brunson some rest. And they got Towns some rest. But Miles Bridges and Josh Hart are like, do they have to play 48 minutes every damn game? You realistically got nobody else to bring in? Nobody? Congratulations, Thibodeau. Like I said, Knicks fans, here's what I'm going to say. You will never win a championship with Thibodeau. He can take a 20-win team and turn it into a 40-win team. He will never take a team to win a chip. He might get you to finals. Maybe it's this year he gets them there. They're going to be so exhausted if they do get there. If you think the Pacers run everything around you and play this, the Pacers don't play helter-skelter defense like the Thunder do. We think the Thunder, we're going to slow down on purpose? No. I'm still mad at the Thunder. They didn't run the T-Wolves even more, and they still killed them in the second half of Game 1. So apologize to the Knicks fans out there, like I said, but Stephen A. Smith losing is always a good thing. Until he's not a Knicks fan anymore, I couldn't root for him anyway. Not to say we won't play him, because we're probably going to play him in Game 2, because the Pacers, like we mentioned in the last episode, they always have one flawless game, one stinker. That was neither for them. So they do win a game. Like I said, those 5 games, they got to win 3. They've won 2. They've won 1 so far in that non-stinker, non-flawless game. So I think maybe the next game they have that stinker. We'll see. We'll give you more of those plays tomorrow. But let's look at it this way here. We'll give you all the plays here for the Thunder and the T-Wolves. If you got to watch Game 1, The Thunder couldn't have played any worse in the first half if they wanted to, and they were only down 4, as the score was like, 48-44 or something in the first half? Some ugly-ass number. The T-Wolves looked really good going against the Lakers, who are overrated, let's be honest, right? If it wasn't for LeBron, I mean, LeBron played really good that series, but Luka did not have his best series. And the supporting cast is absolute garbage, and they got no interior presence whatsoever. The T-Wolves, then they got to go against the Curry-less Golden State Warriors, which they could win a game 90-80. You're not going to get away with that with the Thunder. Now, the Thunder did have one low-scoring game against the Nuggets, but that's not going to happen in this series. They do not have the physicality, the T-Wolves, in order to cause those kind of problems. Aaron Gordon, as much as I don't really care for him as a basketball player, is a thumper, right? He'll put you, he'll make you work. The Thunder are more of a finesse team, not question about it. They did add a little bit of physicality with Hartenstein, but for the most part, Holmgren's definitely not a thumper. He's too skinny. Jalen Williams can be, right? And SGA is obviously just winning the MVP. Congratulations to SGA as well. But game 1, I think, is going to be pretty indicative of what you're going to see throughout this series. The T-Wolves turning the ball over a bunch. Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards are going to score some points this series, but the one thing they do, they are extremely loose with the ball. And that is not what you want to do here against the Thunder. The Thunder get steals, blocks, everything. They get in passing lanes. You've got to play really sharp offensive ball and take care of the basketball really well in order to beat them. I don't know if the T-Wolves can do that. I know they definitely can't do it for 4 games, but can they do it for a couple? Probably, and that's probably the couple wins that they'll get. But this one, line 7.5, total of 215. We're staying away from the total. The reason being is, I think we saw it in game 1. If you wanted to go over, the Thunder have got to score $120 of it, if not more, to get to 215. So, Thunder -2 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. SGA for 30-plus points. After a dismal first half, he didn't end up with 31 and sat a little early in game 1. Naz Reid under 10.5 points. So Ant-Man was at 27.5 going to the last game. All of a sudden, he dropped 4 points on his total. So give us Ant-Man 24-plus points. Julius Randle's not going to go for 38 and hit 9 threes or something every damn game. Hartenstein, 9-plus points. Gobert, this is an extremely low number, but we thought we'd sprinkle a little bit on under 6.5 points. DiVincenzo, under 9.5 points. Because if you think that defense in the starting 5 is good, get to that Thunder second unit, and they play defense probably even harder with Caruso, Joe, Carson Wallace, Wiggins. Those dudes get after it. Julius Randle, we're playing for 2+ threes. We're also going to sprinkle just a bit on 3+ threes as well. Dort, his number is down to 2+ threes at a very low juice. This is a guy that throughout the first 2 rounds, his number's been at 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now all of a sudden you're getting it at 2. You get it at 2. Holmgren under 8.5 rebounds. A big reason here is the T-Wolves can definitely rebound, and I think the better rebounder is Hartenstein, and Holmgren's been playing a little bit more wingish. Ant-Man 37+ par. I think he can get close to 30 points in this one here. And that's the reason why. The reason why you're going to see he'll get to that 37 points, assists, rebounds combined. And I apologize here. I don't know why this thing. SGA for 2+ steals. So 2 and 3+ steals. Both of them, plus money was on the 2 as well. And he ended up with 3 steals game 1. And to be really honest, I thought he might have had 4 or 5 there if they would have continued to really play defensively extremely hard. But that time they had the lead. No reason. They could just trade baskets at that point and be just fine. But SGA 2+ steals. One of our best bets in the game besides SGA, 30-plus points, and Ant-Man for 24. Also, Ant-Man, 4-plus turnovers, and Julius Randle, 4-plus turnovers. Both of them, we played both of those guys in game 1 to hit that. Both of them hit it. Now, instead of getting plus money, we're having to pay a little bit of juice. Chet Holmgren, 3-plus steals and blocks combined. He's got a chance to do 3 blocks by himself, let alone get a steal in there. And then Rudy Gobert, under 8.5 rebounds, going against the trees. And if there's a lot of threes taken, you know, you're going to see a lot of long rebounds, which he's not going to get anyway. There's not going to be probably any give-me rebounds that Gobert gets because everybody else is tracking down the floor. All right, so we just went through a bunch of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem at all. We got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link. Once you do, go to the basketball 2024-2025 tab for the NBA bets. Basketball 25-26 for the WNBA bets. You'll be able to see all our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at as well. Do you like the content you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. We'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab, or make life simple for yourself. Turn on the notifications for that social media platform. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free's dropped a new episode of bets. It'll give you plenty of time to match us up with your bets, give you the ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Also, Discord channel is available for all of you out there. It is not free. It's a few dollars per month. You get bonus bets. You get all kinds of questions answered. You get the bets ahead of time before we put them out for the public. There's bonuses upon bonuses. You're going to get, like I said, bonus material, a bunch of education, unlimited questions you can ask as well, which I don't know many spots where you're going to get that at as well. So plenty of members on there as well that are throwing out ideas on what they like or what they're going to play. So you can always look on that. There's also going to be bonus parlays. Even though we're not a big parlay player, we will put out a few for the Discord for people to have some fun with as well. So make sure you check that out by subscribing to us through TikTok. Once you do, we will send you over the invite to the Discord channel shortly after that. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.